I'm making this video for a couple of reasons. One, I kind of just want to say goodbye to all the SML content, you know, on this channel. I know I really haven't really said a proper goodbye to it, so this is part of the reason. And second of all, if I ever become a bigger YouTuber for some odd reasons, and people go back and look at all my SML stuff and ask if I'm gonna do SML content, I'll probably refer them to this video so that way they know what's going on. I might just briefly explain it to them, but this video will probably cover all they need to know about my SML history and my SML drama and such. And also I kind of just want to make this video just to kind of talk about my SML experience. And with that, a few side notes before this video begins. I'm only going to be talking about my experience with the errors. I'm not going to really go through the history of the errors. I'm just going to talk about my personal history with each and every one of these SML errors. And that's going to be about it, honestly. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope to move on from the SML content. I still watch SML, just to briefly explain here. I still watch SML, I just don't really do SML content on this channel anymore. So this is more of a goodbye video to me. I know most of my fans might not know what's going on, or like, you know, who SML is. I know some of them do, but not a lot of them. So I get it if they don't get the video, and that's fine. But this is more of a personal video slash, you know, a video to anyone who is an SML fan and seen SML content on this channel. Anyways, let's get this video started.
From humble beginning.
I first came in contact with SML back in 2011, and the first video I watched was Mario's hair problem, and I laughed. I showed it to my friend and she laughed as well. She laughed at the part where Mario basically throws down the paper and it's the divorce form, because Mario gets divorced with Peach over being bald, and my friend would always say "bam, divorce form." I'd always enjoy that. I think SML was just in my recommended at the time, and I enjoy it to this day. I don't remember much of the golden era, classic era of SML. Again, when it comes to my memories, I'm a little shaky. I don't really remember much of my own memories, but I do remember like Ghost Shrimpo and some of the other classic SMLs, like the series videos. And this is a really good era of SML. Looking back, I still enjoy most of these videos to this very day. And that's what really I have to say about this era. Really good, really great, and that's really the only memorable video I actually remember of that era. Anyway, let's get into the next era of the SML that I truly remember. And that is, without a doubt, let's just get into it. The junior era has got to be one of the most memorable SML eras for me, in my opinion. I remember so much about this era, especially since it was an abundance of junior. I remember when Logan had to move out of the house because, you know, he couldn't really film in the house anymore, so he moved to his parent. So he moved to the apartment, and I remember just a bunch of fans getting angry that he was just overusing junior. Now looking back, I don't really mind the junior era. I enjoyed most of the videos from the junior era. Most of them were pretty good, some of them were meh. The go-to videos were kind of like annoying, I guess, because, you know, it was just Logan just bringing Junior and just dragging him around a certain place. I still find those kind of enjoyable, but I can see why other people might not like the style of which of those videos were in. Still though, the junior era wasn't that bad for me. Most of the series videos kicked off. I enjoyed the Pokemon series, probably like one of my favorite series in the junior era, especially when Junior, you know, fights with Pokemon and all that. That was a really enjoyable era for me, in my opinion. Anyways, that's all I really have to say about the junior era. It's a bunch of just Junior, and, you know, the series videos were pretty good in my opinion. And that's really all I have to say about the junior era. Let's move on to everyone's favorite era of SML. Oh boy, let's just get this over with.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Well, it's come to this, the Jeffy era. Now, I didn't really honestly hate Jeffy when he was first introduced. I thought he was just okay, you know, his jokes were fine, but by God, this era just did not want to make me an SML fan, honestly. I just remember coming home and just a bunch of just SML Jeffy fanboys were just like, daddy, on the school bus, and I was like, oh my God. I hated when they had to bring Jeffy into the real world. I understand why many people who has something special to them don't like it become mainstream. I feel like, you know how there was like a year of Luigi? This was the year of Jeffy. 2016 to 2017, I feel like, was the year of Jeffy. And boy, oh boy, did I just not enjoy it. Didn't really want to make me an SML fan. Jeffy was just overhyped. He cussed a lot more. The videos got age restricted and demonetized in that era. I think most of you guys know this by now, but I just never really enjoyed Jeffy in that era. I never really enjoyed him. His jokes were like his jokes were not really that good. They were fine enough, and the cussing was fine for the first while, but then it just kept repeating over and over and over again, and it just didn't really want to make me an SML fan at that point. I still watch SML, but I didn't tell people I watched SML because if you dare say that Jeffy isn't the greatest thing in the world, people would just be mad. All the Jeffy fanboys would just be mad at you. I think for now the Jeffy era has like died out, or like the Jeffy year has died out. People still love Jeffy, but just it's not as mainstream as it is right now. And that's really all I have to say about the Jeffy era. I'm going to be going into some side things like the Chili channel and the drama in the next little section here, so stay tuned and let's get started. I was first introduced to Chili back in, I want to say 2018, late 2017, early 2018, when my brother was watching a Chili episode on his phone, and I asked who she was, and he said it was Logan's girlfriend. I kind of kept up with her, and then after a while I just started to binge watch more and more of the vlogs. And the vlogs, I would say they were a mixed bag for me. Most of them were very clickbaity, but they were tolerable in my opinion. I mean, not too bad. I mean, the behind the scenes, Logan complaining about the demonetization, the vlogs were just okay in my opinion. They weren't too bad, but they weren't the greatest thing in the world, but at least they were entertaining. And in terms of the drama go, I won't go too much into it. I mean, I'll just put a card for the Sea Dusk video if you want to, just go check that out. But my thoughts on the drama were, I don't really care about, who cheated on who, and it's really a shame that Tito and Logan really aren't friends anymore. I miss that. Like, I go back and watch some of the reactions Tito does with Logan, and it makes me sad, man. Like, this whole drama thing didn't really need to drag out into the public. It should have just stayed private. I mean, it is what it is now, because I think everyone's have moved on from it. There might be like one or two people who mention it, but I think most people have just gotten over the drama already. But I'll link the video in the top corner of the screen. I'm not going to explain the drama since I know it's already explained, but I don't know. I kind of miss Chili in those days. I know, she's a cheater or whatever, but I don't know. A part of me just misses the whole kind of vibe they had going in their channel. It's a shame that they had to break it off. And in terms of the merchandise and the puppets, I'll just leave that in its own little section. Anyways, let's get into it. In terms of the puppets / merchandise / Patreon, yes, I'm gonna include the miscellaneous here. I'm not really a huge fan of the puppets. They're fine to look at in my opinion. They're just not the greatest thing in the world. I mean, I don't know. I have mixed opinions when it comes to it. It's okay. They're okay, but I just don't really like them too much, honestly. Some of the designs are cool, but some of them are just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of some of the other designs. And in terms of the merchandise, I don't really care about it, honestly. I mean, YouTubers have to sell merchandise. I don't really care too much about it since I don't buy any of the merchandise. It's, if people want to go buy it, they can go buy it. In terms of the Patreon, I never even participated in the Patreon. I know how that went with the whole $100 tier. People still not getting their shoutouts to this day, but I didn't really pay much for it, so I don't really care. But I can understand why people are upset that they didn't get their shout out or whatever they needed from Logan. Hopefully he gives out those shout outs, but I don't know if it's going to come anytime soon. And anyways, that's really all I have to say about this little section. I'm just going to end it on the conclusion, which is going to be right now. And that's really all I have to say about my SML experience. Would I say it was a good one? It was fine. I enjoyed the first two eras, and I enjoyed the latter. And the Jeffy era was fine enough. I had to tolerate through it, but I know it's whatever. Anyway, that's all I have to say. In terms of the SML movie, I'm sorry it got canceled. I mean, it was what it was, and Zeke had already explained it on Dabby's Dude's stream. So I feel like I've already got what I wanted, and I think at this point it's better just to leave the SML movie alone. At this point, it's kind of like canceled. It ain't coming back anyway. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe and like and hit the notification so you know when I post a new video. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, everyone, be safe out there.
Logan Show. Come on. Super Mario Logan Show. Super Mario Logan Show. Super Mario Logan Show. Let's go. Super Mario Logan Show. Come on. Super Mario Logan Show. Super Mario Logan Show. Super Mario Logan Show. Yeah, listen, yo.